Today we are talking about Io. Io is the top support in the current meta due to her items being very easy to get, especially with Horde being bought nearly every game, allowing for her to get her core items online very quickly. As well as the comps that are good right now are the comps you want to be playing with her, which is mostly brawl comps. Being able to have Io do lots of damage while having her insane sustain healing and displacement ultimate is a huge W when it comes to brawl comps and paladins. So let's get into the overview of her abilities, talents, my personal build, and then we will get into the game with Io. Up first is her basic attack. Now this is going to function with her Luna, which is her dog, which is basically what Io is known for. This is going to do 400 damage every 0.6 seconds and has a maximum ammo count of 10, and is fully effective up to 350 units where it's just not going to hit. Hitting an enemy with Lipo will mark them for Luna to attack. Her right click is Moonlight. This is her main healing ability. Hold and channel Moonlight into an ally, healing them for 150 every 0.15 seconds. Moonlight regenerates when not in use and has a maximum Moonlight of 150 and a range of 125 units as base kit. This is the main healing source that you're going to be using, and it does not have a cooldown. It runs on a meter, meaning Chronos does not work with this, meaning Chronos is not good with Io. Please do not run Chronos on Io. We'll get to the optimal build in a bit. On a Guardian Spirit, deploy Luna to fight alongside you. Luna will rush and stun enemies that have been marked by your Lipo for 1 second every 18 seconds. Luna strikes enemies twice for 180 damage and a third time for 350 damage. Luna can be redeployed to a new location every 8 seconds while alive, with a deploy range of 50 units, which is decently long, and Luna has a 4,000 health and is affected by Bulldozer, meaning Bulldozer does kind of hurt Io, but for the most part you're not going to be seeing Bulldozer in your games, and Luna is going to heal allies for 300 per second around her, and that is an insane amount of healing for a passive heal. It makes dealing with point tanks very rough, and especially with a dog that is 4,000 HP, it makes her damage output quite high, and one of the highest in the support class if you're really playing her effectively. Next is Lunar Leap. This is going to be her safety mobility. Quickly leap backwards and upwards through the air. It is not omnidirectional, you only go backwards, meaning you're going to want to face away from the direction you are wanting to go. So you don't want to be looking away from the enemy team if you are trying to leap. You're going to be wanting to look at them, and you'll be able to leap backwards. Begone is their ultimate. Project an ethereal manifestation of Luna and send it forward. Enemies caught will be pulled along the travel path and take 800 damage if they collide with the wall, and you are immune to damage while releasing Luna, meaning it's a very good escape tool, being able to let you react quickly to a flank. Io's specialty is brawling with a brawl comp, and also being that she is one of, if not the hardest character in the support class to flank. She has so many different options, whether it be Luna or Ultimate or Lunar Leap, to help her get out of so many different situations. Being able to have a dog that stuns and does a shitload of damage on top of having a very high damage bow and an ultimate that makes you immune to damage while releasing it, and basically guaranteeing 800 damage, meaning she is extremely hard to kill as a flank, and is one of the most annoying supports to deal with as a flank. So let's go ahead and get into her talents. Let's talk about her talents. Lifelink, a Goddess Blessing, and Sacrifice. Lifelink. When Io or Luna heal an ally other than each other, the other is also healed at 50% efficiency, meaning you have a bit of self-sustain. That's really all it offers, is some self-sustain. Goddess Blessing. Allies being healed by Moonlight take 15% reduced damage. This is really good, especially into comps that have a lot of burst damage, which is quite prevalent right now. There's quite a lot of burst comp, and especially if you're running it with a dive tank or a very heavy flank that you're able to see on a map that's quite open, then this is going to be the talent you're going to be wanting around 80% of the time. Lifelink is very good if you think that they're going to be diving you quite hard, then you'll want to go Lifelink to kind of keep you up. But for the most part, you're going to be running Goddess Blessing to really enable your tank and flank to do a lot more in their backline and be more disruptive. Sacrifice is on a 30-second cooldown. It does have an internal cooldown. If Isle falls below 200 health while Luna is active, she trades places with Luna. Heals for 50% of her health, and Luna dies in her stead, meaning you no longer have the dog for damage, you no longer have the dog for healing, and you just trade places, and it's a very selfish talent. It can be useful every now and then, but for the most part, you're really never picking this talent, and it's more of a fun talent than anything. And most of the time, you're going to have Luna in a spot where it's going to be quite close to your point tank, which is usually in the middle of the fighting. So even when this talent works, you're going to be transported right back into their enemy team, and you're probably going to die anyway. And if you're not, then you're really not using your dog for healing or brawl, and then you lose the effectiveness of IO. So that is Sacrifice. This is my main build that I use. There could be a couple changes, but for the most part, this is what I like to run. Sanctum of Faith, regenerate 2% Moonlight when every 1 second while not using Moonlight, meaning you're going to be able to get that Moonlight a bit more, since this is her main healing ability outside of Luna. Being able to get more Moonlight means you're able to heal more on top of being able to still do quite a bit of damage. Increase allies' movement speed while 12% while they are being killed by Moonlight with just swift arrows, which is just going to allow those flanked and off tanks to really be enabled a bit more, getting around a bit easier, and it's just going to be more enabling. So you're as IO, your job is really to enable your backline. She's very good with dive, and with your brawl, you're gonna have Luna doing a lot of damage. Meaning you can cover quite a lot of the map with just her base kit, like just putting Luna near point behind an obstacle to really make it hard for her to get killed while she's still in LOS to be able to do some damage and heal. Makes her very deadly. She's able to cover so much of the map by just existing and being able to do two things at once. Moonlight Garden. Generate 10% Moonlight for each enemy hit with Lightbow, meaning the more damage you do, the more Moonlight you're going to get, and then you're able to heal more, and then it just turns into a cycle where you do a lot of healing, you're doing a lot of damage, and yeah, just really is a cycle. Restore Faith is allowing her to get some of that self-sustain while not needing lifelink. Heal for 10 every time you heal an ally with Moonlight, just getting you that little bit of extra sustain. Really isn't that important, but it does proc every time you're healing the other person, so you do get that bit of self-sustain. And Moonwalk, increase your maximum Moonlight capacity by 40%. This is just going to up her total healing output, and it is, in my opinion, her best core card. Just having a lot of Moonlight capacity is just great and allows for some more healing. So let's go ahead and get into the game. I'll show some spots where you can put the dog, and we'll just go from there. On splits from score, we have quite the heavy dive comp with triple flank off tank and then me. And so the optimal build is going to be Horde into armor plating, if not nimble. With your normal start, we're going to go ahead and place dog up here. It is kind of an unsafe spot at the beginning, but I don't think they're going to be looking up here just yet. Try and keep them alive. It does go through walls and stuff. I didn't mean to dash there. Get that stun, get some free damage, and look for heals on Lex here. Go ahead and reload real quick. Just try and keep Koa up. We're going to go ahead and move our dog up since we're playing quite up. Try and keep Caspian alive here. I'm going to get that killed. And then we'll just go ahead and heal up Makoa to full real quick. And then we'll go ahead and head up here with our Caspian. We're going to actually put the dog right underneath him, so he is able to get a little bit of healing if he does come back. I can't really help him here unless he does peek me. There he is. Gonna get him those heals. You see him up here, and I want to move my dog back. Simply because they are kind of up there. We're going to go ahead and dash over here. Try and get to Vor. We're going to go ahead and move our dog up here. A little bit late. That was on my part. She definitely died because of me there. But unlucky. And we're going to go ahead and just keep our dog there. See Lex up there. We're going to try to keep our team up. We do see Caspian here. Not able to live, unfortunately. We're kind of in a bad spot being on the low ground. We're going to go ahead and move our dog back. Try to get Makoa up. Try and keep him alive here. We're going to lose dog here, I'm pretty sure. Never mind. We're going to move dog back here. Try and live this. Did get the kill on him. We're going to try and stay in our dog's AoE. Keep Caspian alive. And then unlucky. Did our best there to try and live. We do get tier 2 armor plate and nimble. And this just kind of shows how broken Horde is. Off the first death that I have. And we're not even halfway through the game. Not even close. We literally just got point. I get tier 2 armor plating and tier 1 nimble. We see Victor here. We're going to try and keep him up. And then also just heal our dog back up. We're actually going to move it up a little bit into this a bit safer spot. You usually want to play it around cover while still being able to get heals. Got this heal. We are running Goddess Blessing. Unfortunately, can't save Caspian. Maybe I could have done something there, but I don't know. We're just going to play it safe here. We're actually going to hold ult for a second. We're just going to keep spamming heals. Go ahead and pop ult. So we're going to do some damage here. Fawn is kind of pushing us. We had to reload, unfortunately. We're going to move the dog up. And we would not cap point. I'm going to put our dog here. Just have that bit of pressure going into point. We're going to kind of play it a bit safe. 2-3 nimble. We're going to try to get back to the point. And hopefully save point. We're going to throw our dog here. And then push on this side with Lex. It's going to give us the best angle to use dog. We're going to try and keep Koa up here with Goddess Blessing. Did kind of save him. We're going to move our dog over here. There's a bit of safety. We're going to go ahead and try and live this. Looks like we're going to be able to. We're going to go ahead and ult here. Put that kill on Khan and then just look to kill Vora. We got it. And we're going to move Luna back here. And we didn't live it, unfortunately. Did get a lot of kills, though. So we're in a decent spot. We see Casp up here. We're going to play more like a flex support here. And try and just make sure they have healing. Trying to get the Vora. Unfortunately, can't get through. A bit overextended, but not that big a deal. I'm going to try to get the Lex here. Try and heal him up. Unfortunately, I couldn't. I played that poorly. We have heals on Casp here. Hopefully, he can live. And we're going to look at Vora. And we wouldn't got the kill, which is massive. We're going to heal ourselves, too, when we heal. Just reposition here into a bit of the more backline. Get some poke on Khan here. Maybe force his invulnerability, which is massive. And then we're going to go ahead and kill him here. Try and save Vora. We're going to actually put our dog near here. We didn't get it up there. I fucked it up. But yeah, I wish it was up there. It still heals through walls and stuff, so not that big a deal. We're actually going to move it right underneath Caspian and then try and save him here. We're got another kill, which is massive. And he just is able to outtrade because he has dog underneath him. See Khan on this side. We're actually going to get a stun here in a second. And then we'll get the kill because he has no more invulnerability. Massive. It's all about target prioritization. Since we have a stun and a lot of damage, we're actually able to force out invulnerability most of the time on Khan. And then he has nothing, and then we just kind of focus him down because it's quite a easy target to kill, especially since his shield isn't that good. It's very easy to kill after his vulnerability is down. His dash is very good, but you can't block it. It's good for displacement, not really good for actual mobility because you can block it. Fortunately, Vora and Casper are a little bit overextended, but that's okay. We still have ult if they get close. I'll actually use it there and kill him. And then, unfortunately, my ult was used, but not that big a deal. They did a little bit of charge back then. We're now tier 3 armor plating and nimble. Now, this isn't your normal support. You're not really going that Chronos or morale boost because you don't really need it. Your ult kind of sucks, and your abilities don't really use Chronos. The only thing you'd want it for is your leap and maybe your dog if you are losing it all up. But if you're losing it a lot, you're probably just playing a bit better poorly, and you need to fix your position a little bit. But you don't really need it for your leap because it's already on a 10-second cooldown. So after this, you really just want to figure out, do I need Unbound? Do I need Veteran? What else do you need? In this case, they do have quite a bit of CC, so I'm going to go ahead and get Unbound to kind of help me live a bit more. The thing with IO is you want to be able to help yourself live more and make it hard for the flanks to actually kill you. Just make the flanks jobs hard, and being able to pick them off by yourself is very good. We're actually going to play down here this time. Got to switch up the positioning. Put our dog in there. Bit of a safe spot that gives our team the ability to outtrade them. Go ahead and get that kill, heal back our dog, and we see Koa died, unfortunately, but we're just going to still try and create some pressure here and then get some heals off. See if we can get over to them. Go ahead and give them that movement speed and heal. See Vora, go ahead and go for Vora here. We're going to go ahead and kill her. It's always better to help with damage for the most part when you're support than actually healing, because especially when Kot gets to I got that kill. Especially when Kot gets to late game where it's about 80 to 90%, your heals aren't actually going to do much, and you actually killing them is going to get rid of that target faster than if you were to just actually heal them. So make sure you're also doing damage and recognize when you want to be healing over actually just doing the damage with them. Here we're just going to try to keep Cass alive. He did make a good escape. We're going to there we go. GG. Here's also the stats if you are curious. 11, 3, 17, 37k damage, and 60k healing. Had more than an off tank, and had more than our flank. Again, this character does a lot of damage, and still puts quite a bit of healing. There you go. Have a good one, guys.